Alright, welcome to my first YouTube video. I am outside getting some morning sunlight in my eyes and also getting some grounding in, feet connected to the earth, whole body connected to the earth. And I'm going to take you guys along with me on my day today and answer some of your Q&A questions that you asked me last week. So I have some fresh picked strawberries from a farm near where I live, and I also have a glass of raw milk. I always make sure to eat breakfast within an hour of waking, and if I can't have breakfast right away like today, I'll have a little snack like these strawberries and raw milk to hold me over until I can have some breakfast. As a woman, it's really important for our hormones and our overall health to not spend too much time in a fasting state and to eat breakfast within an hour of waking. If we don't eat breakfast within an hour of waking or spend too much time fasting, this is increasing adrenaline and cortisol, and it's putting our body into a very stressed out state. So you want to make sure to eat every 3 to 4 hours and 100% eat breakfast. The first question, which was probably the most asked question, is what is your skincare routine? And I have been making my own skincare oils since I was in high school, so it's been like at least 8 years. I've been making my own face oil with all natural ingredients, which we'll be releasing so soon on my website. And then for my body, I also make my own oil blends. But if you guys want to make something at home that's really nourishing and moisturizing for your skin, you can do a blend of olive oil and coconut oil. I really like to use both of those or blend them together. And I just put some on this morning. And as you can see, it's really great for moisturizing. Another question that you guys asked a lot in the Q&A was, why don't you drink coffee at first thing? Why do you always say to have it after breakfast? And the reason for this is because of your hormonal health. You do not want to be drinking coffee on an empty stomach with no food or sugar or fats or anything in your body, because this will increase your cortisol and your stress hormones. And this will put your body into a stressed out state. And as a woman, it's really important to always prioritize having a safe, calm, and relaxed nervous system. When our stress hormones get too high, this can create imbalances in our other hormones. For example, when cortisol increases, this causes a decrease in progesterone. And progesterone is one of the most important hormones, if not the most important hormone for us as women. So have your coffee after a meal with cream and sugar and other nourishing things so that you're getting energy as well as having the coffee. When you drink coffee properly with food and nourishment, it can increase your metabolism and feel great. But if you're having it without food on an empty stomach, it will have more detrimental effects than positive. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast now and then head to the store. Also, look how red these strawberries are. They're from a farm near the farm that I work on, and oh my gosh, they are so good. Another question that you guys had was, what are some tips for building muscle? And this one right here, drink raw milk. Raw milk is great for building muscle. It's full of protein, lots of vitamins, minerals, and healthy enzymes. Other tips I would recommend for building muscle are to eat every 3 to 4 hours. Don't skip breakfast. You want to be eating minimum 100 grams of protein a day, and definitely prioritizing having carbs pre and post workout. So like honey, maple syrup, fruit, sweet potatoes, and also eating good healthy fats. It's really easy to add in calories to your diet with fats because they're low in volume but high in energy and nutrients. So doing things like cooking your eggs in an abundance of olive oil and butter and pouring olive oil on your salads, on your meat, on all of your food. These things all add up and help you get in more energy to build more muscle. And of course, you need to be doing more than just eating while nutrition and what you are putting into your body is really important. You need to be giving your body the stimulus to grow and build muscle. So what this means is following a strength and weight training program that supports your goals for building muscle. And I have a group, the Angels Lifting Club, that I would love for you to join if you're new to weightlifting, or you can also not be new. I include all of my workouts in there, my exact exercises, reps, sets, and I also cover important topics in there weekly. I'm about to go to the store, but there's all of these beautiful wildflowers popping up around my house, and they're so gorgeous and bring me so much happiness. Nature is incredible. When it was me and you. Alright, I'm at my favorite little health food store right now, and I'm going to pick out some fresh produce and a couple other things. They have amazing fresh produce, so I'm going to pick up a couple things. I'll definitely get a couple blood oranges. These are so good. A lemon, a cucumber. I also got some sardines. I love these, and they're a great natural source of creatine. So if your goal is to build muscle, you should definitely be eating sardines. They're super nutrient dense, and yeah, just a great protein to have on hand. Also grabbing some salt. So this is great for your food and also making electrolyte drinks with. Also, something that I like to prioritize is shopping at smaller little health food stores as opposed to a big chain like Walmart or Publix. It's not that I don't shop there, but I would rather put my money where I want it to go. So into the hands of like a small business and people that run a smaller store with local produce and local organic meats and things like that. Alright, I got my groceries and now I'm going to make a more nourishing and filling breakfast. I have my pan heating up and I'm gonna do 4 eggs, some strawberries, some wild sardines, maybe an orange as well, and I'm also going to make a hydrating drink. Alright, this is what I'm having for breakfast. I made those eggs cooked in olive oil, and then I'm also having sardines, a blood orange, and this water, which I already put Redmond salt in, and then I'm going to squeeze this lemon into the water for a natural electrolyte, mineral-filled drink. Another question that you guys asked a lot in the Q&A was, where do you live? And I live in northern Florida, so that's why it's always sunny. Well, most of the time we do have our thunderstorms and tropical storms and everything, but even throughout the winter, it's pretty warm. Which this goes into the next question, where are you from? I'm actually originally from Florida, more central Florida though, and when I was 17, I moved to New York for modeling, and then I moved around quite a bit. I lived in New York, I lived in Colorado, I lived in Georgia, I lived in Idaho, and then more recently I lived in LA, and then I moved back to Florida a couple months ago. So I'm back in Florida now, and I love being by the ocean. You guys will also notice that I almost never use silverware, and this is just my personal preference. I much prefer to eat with my hands. I think it just feels right. I've liked to do this since I was a kid. So I think the food literally tastes better when you eat it with your hands. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast now, and then I think I'm going to head to the gym. So I'll take you guys to the gym with me today. I am about to walk out the door to the gym, so I'm having my little pre-workout spoonful of honey. Well, it's not so little. I usually have a heaping spoonful of honey with some mineral salt on top of it. The raw honey, first of all, it's a superfood and it has great sugars for the workout and to fuel the lift. And adding salt on top is great for electrolytes. I'm heading to the gym and I have a coffee with raw milk and also water with an electrolyte salt in it to stay hydrated while I work out. So I'm gonna drink this coffee, and all you need for pre-workout, again, is some good sugar, so like honey or maple syrup. I did the honey today, and then I like to have a coffee for some caffeine. All right, I'm normally a very calm person, but I do like to get very, very hyped for my lifting sessions. So I'm sipping on my raw milk coffee latte right now, and the caffeine is really starting to hit, and I'm gonna put on some good music and start to get hyped. So good. It's actually so hot out today, so I already took off my hoodie and I'm heading into my gym. I love my gym. You'll see why in a second. All right, this is my gym, all natural lighting, no AC, just fans, and yeah, it gets pretty hot in here, so I love it. It's like a sauna and a gym all in one. I'm hitting an upper body workout today. It's going to be back and shoulder focused, so I will probably put in some clips of my workout. Just finished my upper body day. I've been sweating so much because the gym is getting so hot, and so I'm making sure to hydrate with this water, and I have a mineral salt added back into it to replenish electrolytes, which is so important when you're working out. You should not be drinking just plain water. You need electrolytes to be hydrated. I'm going to go home and make some food. I'm already starting to get pretty hungry. So another question in the Q&A was, what is your workout routine? I lift 3 to 4 times a week, and I go on walks outside to get sunshine. I don't really have a strict cardio routine. I just will walk on the treadmill for 10 or 15 minutes a few times a week whenever I feel like it. And I don't go crazy with cardio. I don't think that it's healthy, especially for women. You don't want to stress your body out too much. So I like to stick to just walking and relaxed cardio. I also love to dance, actually, so this is another form of cardio that I do, and I will just make it a point to dance more when I'm on my cut. Alright, I'm getting some gas and I'm heading home after this. I am so hungry. I get ravenous after workouts. My body is like, give me food, give me sugar right now. Usually I'll keep some sugar like dried mango or dates or a piece of fruit in my gym bag for right after the workout, but I didn't today, so yeah, I'm gonna go get some food after this. Another question that was asked a lot in the Q&A actually is, how do I cycle sync my workouts? And I actually don't cycle sync my workouts. I just train very intuitively. So usually for me, it looks like training pretty hard and intense around ovulation. You actually have an increase in testosterone during that time. So it's great to get in like heavy lifts and build muscle during that period. But every month's a little different. Like, I don't cycle sync my workouts. There are patterns that I notice, like towards the end of my cycle, I just will not feel the best or have the most strength. So I will usually back off and do more light exercise, like walking and dancing, and lift lighter weights. I definitely don't usually PR or try to PR during my luteal phase and towards the end of my cycle. I also actually train pretty intensely during my period. And I know this is different for everybody. A lot of women say that they don't train during their period, but I personally feel incredible during my period. Like, I can get into the gym and just feel so strong and just ready to completely crush it. So yeah, everyone's different, and I just recommend listening to your body. I feel like people get really in their heads with like cycle syncing everything, and your body is so intelligent and so wise. So I recommend just listening to your body, really tapping into your body's innate and natural wisdom and using your intuition. I'm home from the gym now and having some food. So I have some yogurt with maple syrup and bee pollen, along with some shrimp ceviche that I had left over from yesterday. This is kind of a funny food combination, but this is what I had already ready at my house. And I don't like to eat a huge meal right after I train. I like to go for something lighter and prioritize getting some good sugars. So I put a lot of maple syrup in that yogurt to get carbohydrates into my body and replenish glycogen in my muscles, which is really important for muscle growth. And then I like to have a larger meal a couple hours later with more protein, more fats, more carbohydrates, just more everything, like a more dense, nourishing meal. Working out, all of your blood is going to your muscles because you're using your muscles, and it goes away from your digestive system. So it can be beneficial to have just some quick, easy digesting carbohydrates right after the workout, and then a couple hours later have a bigger meal once the blood has returned to your digestive system and you can digest everything much better. The last question that I will answer today, this was asked quite a lot, and it is, do you only eat raw meat, and how was your transition to eating a raw diet? So to answer this, I don't follow like a certain specific diet or protocol. I just listen to my body and listen to my body's innate and natural wisdom and trust my intuition when it comes to what I'm craving. So I do mainly eat raw foods, raw meat, raw dairy, lots of fruits, lots of raw honey. These are the foods that make me feel absolutely incredible. I feel electric and so strong, and yeah, I feel absolutely amazing. But again, I'm not strict about it. So I like scrambled eggs. As you can see, I had some scrambled eggs today, and I don't go by any rules that say I can't have scrambled eggs or I can't have cooked food. I just listen to my body, and that just so happens to be that I like to eat raw foods the most. And as far as my transition to eating raw foods, it was not hard at all. I tried raw ground beef as the first completely raw meat that I had. I had been eating rare steak for quite a while, and I had completely raw ground beef one day, and my body immediately loved it. Like, intuitively, it felt so good to me. And again, I don't follow a certain diet. I just listen to what my body craves and trust in my body's wisdom to tell me what it needs and what I should eat. I'm going to wrap up the vlog and Q&A here. Thank you guys for watching the full video if you got to this point. I love you, and this was so fun to do. So in the comments, let me know what other types of videos you would like to see from me. I definitely want to do more of these. I'm going to relax and watch the sunset now. I will see you guys another time in another video.